Hey y'all, welcome to the accountability call number 57. We are here to hold each other accountable to doing the things that we don't want to do, the things that we love to do. Because we are women in business, we are mothers, we have a lot of hats and roles that we play. So, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing very well. I'm feeling
Good,
good,
good.
feeling light.
I'm like, you're looking bright there. You're looking bright.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel it.
Yes, I am as well. It's so funny because so much has changed in the way I approach my mornings in the last 4 weeks. Like it has been crazy. Like just the way my mind has just kicked in. I'm like, oh, this is hints of Inez 2.0. Like, because Inez 2.0 is on a yacht. Okay, that's Inez 2.0. Okay, on a
On the yacht, baby.
yacht.
It's on the yacht.
um, so yeah, so I'm feeling good, even though I didn't get much sleep last night because I stayed up on purpose because I had like a moment and I was just like, I need to finish the thing. But I still woke up, got myself together, got my kids together, and I'm here dressed. Okay.
Come on, because you've been up.
Listen, because I've been up. Okay.
Yeah, you've been up.
So,
I'm,
yes, what did you learn last week that you would like to share?
let me tell you, last week was for learning, okay? Like
Mm.
what I tell you, I learned all the things and I learned them back to back to back. I don't even know which one to start with. Okay. Um, I'll share first that I was having a conversation with a colleague, friend, sister, soror, and I said to her, I hate being tired. And I meant that with all of my being. I literally hate being tired because I can't get the stuff done that I want to get done if I'm tired and it gets in the way. And she was like, I'm sorry, wait. So you hate the signal that your body is giving you, telling you that you need to rest?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, I didn't
Oh.
think about it that way. I didn't think about it that way. I was thinking about how me being tired is preventing me from doing what I need to do. And she's like, no, you not resting is preventing you from doing what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. If you are tired, pay attention. That means you need to do a little bit less. It doesn't mean you need to be mad at yourself because you can't do more because you're never going to get to the more.
Mm-hmm.
That was step one. Step two, I was on a call and it was about this one is for my overthinkers. Okay. So she had asked the question, what self-doubt phrases are playing in your mind? Right. And it was a group call. And so she asked everyone to come off mute and to say them out loud, the top three. And so we're all speaking. If you're on Zoom and everybody's speaking, it sounds a mess. Okay. So we're all like, like all of this energy. It's crazy. And so she tells us to stop. And then at that moment, she's like, that is what your brain is constantly doing all the time, running these scripts that you're telling yourself, these scripts of self-doubt. And she was like, don't blame anyone else for your exhaustion. You are exhausting you.
Ooh, stepped right on your neck.
Bam, bam. Could you take off? You stepping on my neck and my toes at the same time? How? Yeah.
Oh.
And so
Mm.
that was just like a wake-up call for me. I started thinking about how often I replay um tasks that I need to do. I'm not a person that replays things that happened in the past. Like whatever happened is fine. But when I think about what's on my to-do list, I think about it excessively long before I even start. Like I could think about something for 3 weeks
Listen.
that I could have started on week 1, but for 3 weeks I will think about it, and everything that I have to do gets added to my brain of thinking about it, and so my brain is constantly going, and that's why I'm exhausted. So to
Mhm.
go from I hate being tired, pay attention to the signals, you need rest, to step 2 being, girl, you're tiring yourself out with your thoughts. And
Mhm.
then step 3, just put some respect on yourself. So I also realized that part of the reason why I'm doing all of this overthinking is it's a little PTSD from corporate.
Mhm.
In the corporate space, my experience as a Black woman was that in order for me to get promoted or move into a new role or move to the next level, I
Mhm.
always had to show that I already knew how to do it.
Yep.
Wasn't given the opportunity to get in the role and learn it. But before I got the role, I needed to be able to demonstrate that I could do it. Whether I could or couldn't, I
Right.
I
Either
had
way.
I had to posture myself as if I already knew how to do it. And so as an entrepreneur, I'm constantly doing things that I don't know how to do. And I feel like in my head, I have the pressure of feeling like I need to know how to do it. And it prevents me from taking the step of doing it. Right.
Mhm.
And so I had to realize that I have skill sets that will allow me to learn how to do anything. There's nothing that I can't do, even if I haven't done it before. And to move in that space gets me from thought to action much faster. And every time the results are 10 times better than what I imagined they would be.
Mhm.
Because I forget how much I already know, how much I've already
Mhm.
experienced, how many ways I've done the things that I haven't done, but in a different way. Um,
Mhm.
and so that 1, 2, 3 for me was what I
Baby.
learned. And it just gave me the space to release some of the pressure that I put on my own self, or almost all of it, and freed up a lot of mental capacity. And so I feel lighter today because I'm not ruminating on these things from a place of I don't know if I could do it and I got to pretend like I know how to do it. I'm in the space of girl, just do it. And then whatever you don't know, you'll figure out, and then you'll be, you'll learn it, and then you'll be better for the next time.
Mhm.
And it really has changed my energy. Like the energy that I'm putting out, but also the energy that's available for me to use to do things. So when I say
Mhm.
I feel light, I have unburdened myself
Come on. Come
from
on.
all of these thoughts and things that stay in my head. So I'm
This
feeling
is
good. Right.
so good.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
good. This is so good. You had the 1, 2, 3 punch last
Baby.
week, okay?
Not
to to unburden yourself. Like, and it's crazy because if y'all don't know, Zanitra and I have been friends for 30 plus years, right? Like, and I feel like this season in our life very much mirrors our younger years, and that we are the experiences that we're having are so interconnected,
Mhm.
right? Like when you're going through a grade school, elementary school together, you're experiencing things in tandem, like because of where you are in the stage of your life. And then when you get out of there and you go to college and you start lifing, you start experiencing things at different times because there's no real set thing, right? But at this stage of our life, because we're on this journey of full-time entrepreneurship, we are back in tandem. And I say that because I feel like last week, the things that I learned mirror what you experienced to unburden me. So I'm reading this book called Energetic Marketing and Selling. And by reading, I mean listening to. And it has blown my mind because one of the biggest things I learned last week was the 4 levels of consciousness, right? Especially in business. And what she said was the first level is survival, right? And you're in business, you're in a mindset that's called the to me mindset, meaning all the things that are happening to you are the reason you can't do the things in your business, right? So, my kids are waking up too early, or they're keeping me up too late, or, my job, my 9 to 5 is taking up too much of my time. All of these things, I don't have the help that I need. So and so didn't show up for this. All these things that are happening to you are the reasons that you tell yourself you can't do the things in your business, right? And I have felt that space, right? Like literally the last couple months, I have been in that space. And then there is the because of me consciousness. And that is when you jump into personal development. And that is where I am most comfortable, right? I am going to get the things done. I got my list. I got my goals. I got my things that I'm going to do. I'm going to check them off. And the results that I want to receive are going to happen because of me, right? I'm taking all control of it. And that is a good space to be in, but it also leads to burnout,
Mhm.
exhaustion,
Okay.
overwhelm. Okay.
Mhm.
Right? Because when it's all on you, you only got but so many hours in the day, right? The third level of consciousness is through me. And that is when you start moving in your intuition, right? That is when the things that you do don't come from a list of things you've been told to do. They come from what your intuition is telling you to do, right? And my mind was blown with that because a lot of times we have inklings. Like you're talking about the thoughts that we have thoughts that tell us do this or call this person or write this out or go to this meeting and personally, I'm the person who's going to research and make sure that was the right thing. Like I heard what you said, but let me Google and make sure that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And so last week I did this meditation where I literally just sat and allowed myself to clear my mind and get into the energy, right? Because another thing that I learned last week is success is created in the micro moments, right? So the little small things that you do. And I realized listening to your intuition, right? Trusting it and moving in your gut is a micro thing that you can do that will lead you to success that I have completely overlooked for a long time. And I continue to overlook it, right? Because my nature is investigation, research. I need to know the steps. So last week I did this meditation and at the end of it, she's like, now I want you to ask your intuition what to do. Like what to do now. And just write down everything that comes to mind. Baby, I wrote that list down and she was like, now go do those things, right? It doesn't matter what someone else told you to do. You will use the knowledge that you have, right? The other thing I learned about myself last week is I'm the person who's going to go to the bottom of the page, right? We talked about it tip on the top of it. I am going to scroll back like, baby, you think that you're going to sell me something on the top page from 5 months ago? No, I'm scrolling to 5 months ago to see what you was doing. Like, I will scroll 14 months ago, like, and literally analyze what you was doing. That's who I am. So I have the knowledge in me. Like, it's already there. I just need to, now the knowledge is like the data. And now my intuition, I realize, is the program. And I'm a software engineer. So the program uses the data. Like, and so I'm like, yo, if I'm listening to my intuition already knows the knowledge. The knowledge is back there. It's telling me things. My to-do list was mad different that day. I was just like, is that what we're doing? But I really let that drive my to-dos that day. And not only did I feel more accomplished, but I felt a higher level of energy in completing my to-dos that day. Right? I was at a higher level of energy all day. Right? And I was just like, oh, baby, I have cracked the code. This is how you embody like a consciousness of starting to manifest your millions because they're coming through you. Okay. Now, the fourth level of consciousness she talked about was, what was it? As me? Right. Through me, as me. And she was like, this is when you get to the place where you realize we are all interconnected, right? Our brains are just computing each other as physical forms, but we all just represent energy, right? And we are all energy. So the trees, the grass, you, me, Tawanda, my children, everybody is just energy. And so this is when you can really tap into the fact that your customers, your clients, everybody who you're engaging with are a representation of you. So you know how to talk to them. You know how to sell to them. You know what to say to them, right? You're going to bring things about because you are all the same. And I was just like, baby, I ain't got there yet. But there's an exercise that I'm gonna start doing to help me go there because the funny thing is I tried it out in my relationship and it like changed a whole situation. I was like, oh, like so baby, I am moving in through me and as me energy all week this week at the level of like I know, like, it's funny because I was like, one of the steps I had to do was batch content. And in my brain, batch content was like, go, see what other people doing, like kind of take my story, blah, blah, blah. After this, I went to like, no, I know what to do. So like if it says talk about, digital products and master resale rights, whatever comes to my mind, that's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Baby, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. I'm like, yo, like, this is where we are. Like, and I'm not an intuitive person, but I was like, listen, even as I'm going through this, actually, no, I am an intuitive person as of today. Like, baby.
Speak on it.
I am.
Yeah, because maybe I'm intuitive, you're a researcher. And last week we switched places.
We did.
From the intuitive and go into research, and you moved out of research and went into intuitive.
Yes.
Love it. Love it.
Girl, like, so yes. So I'm feeling that's why I'm on a high energy today as well, because I think I also have unburdened myself too. Right? I've unshackled myself from the research. Okay.
It's crazy because what I feel today intuitively that I probably didn't feel before. Before I felt like I need to hurry up and get these things done because that's what's going to lead to my success. And I have a reframe today. My reframe today is these things are on my to-do list so that I can evolve into the person who is successful, right? Yes. So I put these things on my to-do list intuitively because I do move in intuition, not realizing what self-doubt, inefficiencies, limited beliefs are waiting for me assigned to those tasks, waiting for me to unveil them so then I can put them to rest. Mm-hmm. Right. So before I just thought the task was like 1, 2, 3 success. Now I know it's 1, unveil all of these things. Oh, now you're ready for success.
Right. Yes.
Unveil all of these things. Oh, yeah. Now you're more ready for the success. Unveil all of these things. Now you're more ready, because each time, like, that I peel back a layer and I see the weaknesses, but not from like a skill set perspective, not from an experience perspective, but really from a limited belief, self-doubt perspective.
Yes.
That unveiling is, and kind of the quelling of that, just squashing it and put it to rest, is what's leading to my success. Not these tasks. Mm-hmm. The task is just a step to get me to kind of this awareness, self-awareness that I need to experience. And even that is freeing, because I don't feel like, if I don't do this task, I'm not going to get there.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I love it. Okay. So what did you get done last week? I'm looking through my list of things that I wrote down. Child, I'm over here like, what was we doing? I actually did a lot of things. So I talked to all my creditors.
Okay.
Not all of them. A good majority of them. And figured out a strategy I can use to get myself together. I did not begin my fundraising, but what I did was I brainstormed it through my intuition how I'm going to raise this $30,000. And it's some things. I'm like, okay, listen, trust, go. Okay. Like, I batched a good amount of content. I did not batch 2 weeks worth of content, but I batched a good amount of content, and I got a lot of clarity on just how I want to approach my Inez Creates income. What else? I definitely brainstormed options for school for my children, and then God showed up and was like, don't worry about it. The other thing I thought, my mother was like, she had a dream because she had to have a conversation with my brother. And she told him, as soon as you start moving like you already know, like you're going to get what you want, then you will get what you want. I will give you all the things, right? Mm-hmm. And she said she had a dream that God told her the same thing. That he was like, as soon as you start doing all you can do, then I'm going to do what I do. And that's what happened to me last week with regard to school with my children. As soon as I started doing all I could do, he showed up and did what he could do. And I was like, thank you.
Yes. And we thank
What else? I did brand myself on my page, which I'm super excited about. What else? I maintained depth in my marriage. I was peaceful parenting because I was not parenting much last week. I was on my workation, praise the Lord.
Shout out to
And I had very focused execution. Like I was getting it done. And the funny thing is I put intuitive movement, like everything works out for me, as one of the things. And I didn't realize what I was going to learn last week. But baby, that's where we are.
I love it. I love it. When I look at my list, because I'm extra, we're supposed to put 5 things on our list. And four of my 6, I have multiple things.
You said what? 46 what?
Multiple things for each. For like number 1 was 3 things.
I can't.
Number 2 was 3 things. Number 4 was 3 things.
Mm-mm.
So when I initially looked at my list, I'm like, I ain't getting anything done. No, you put too much on your list. So what I can say is that for everything on my list, I made a step, or I completed one of the subcategories. So I had administrative filings. I was able to get my North Carolina State vendor filing complete, submitted, done, list. So it is now in their court for them to let me know, yes, you are approved as your number. I had some personal business filings, some personal filings that I needed to do. I made a big step in that. 2 big steps.
Wait,
actually.
you broke the what?
I said in the personal
You said you had a personal what?
Personal filings that I needed to do. I made 2 big steps in that. I didn't get to my trucking company administrative filing. So that's on the list for this week. For my client, I did get my social media posts done. I had also put on there a mentor summary for a survey that I'd done. I didn't get a chance to do that. The budget for the remainder of the year, no, I didn't do that. That's the one thing I ain't touch. Personal budget. For my networking group, I did connect. I did have a meeting, a one-to-one, a one-on-one meeting. And that went really, really well last week. I didn't get a chance to do any trainings or update my profile. Fitness and nutrition. Your girl's been in the kitchen, okay?
Wow.
And this is like a resurgence of the Zenitra I wanted to be and I used to be, and then experience some things that made me be like, I ain't doing that shit no more. But we're back to her. So I've been cooking up a storm. The food has been good. And at the age that my kids are, in my head, I cook with the expectation that it's going to last a couple days.
Oh, girl.
Really, the cooking has been cooking. So the kids have been eating. And it's only like a day, maybe one lunch afterwards. That's it.
They like, yes.
I was just like, I planned on eating this all week. What are you doing? So that's required me to get back in the kitchen multiple days a week.
You better start cooking like these Caribbeans.
I know, right? I've been
having the pot this big.
That's the gift and the curse, because with kids, you know how it goes. I love this. Okay, I'm gonna make more of it. Oh, I don't want that no more. You know what? Stop playing in my face. So we got to figure it out. It's a balance, but I am happy, I called off fast food for the month of November. I have not had it.
Yes.
Even when a moment when I was triggered and I was ripping and running with these kids, which is usually when I'm like, let me just stop and grab me a little burger.
Yeah.
I did not.
Yes. So, success is in the micro moments.
It's in the micro moments. Now I did a bottle of wine instead.
Yes. Okay.
I didn't I gave up fast food. So that's under the fitness and nutrition. Boom. I was working out on my little stepper, child. Tell me why the stepper broke. Like, I don't know what I did, but the screw popped off somewhere. That's just a clink.
Oh, you were stepping for real.
Because I've been stepping. So I ain't even waste no time. I went and ordered a new one. So we're going to be right back on the stepper in the morning. It's here. I just got to put it together. And then my positive overthinking launch plan. I did not work on that. I've thought about it. But we all know we are now moving from thought to action. But that was in the unburdening. In the pre-unburdening, I did a lot of thought about it.
Yes.
This week is actually gonna
We think, we listen, we trust, and we act.
So I want to talk about the calling in, because I've had $50,000 contracts on my list.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep meaning to send you this podcast that I listened to. I think I told you about it last week. But she was talking about she was praying to be debt free. And the way she thought being debt free was going to happen was that she was going to get some lump sum and it was going to be enough to cover her debt and then some.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, a lot of times
yeah.
when we're manifesting, that's what we think. We think it's going to come in this one big, beautiful package and we're going to be able to do whatever we want with it. So, and that's not how it works. So for my 50K contract, I have been partnering with this other organization, this other entrepreneur, to do more government contract work. Every government contract RFP that we have submitted a proposal for has been for 50K or more. I say that to say, I thought 50K was just going to come sitting on my lap.
Mm-hmm.
But I now know that it comes in the working, right? It comes in me doing my part. And so like I said, we completed 2 proposals. And but we're learning so much in the process. One, learning how to work together. But the last proposal that we submitted for was for 50K, but it was in Canada. And when we did the conversion to USD, it was only 35K. So we was like, oh, well, we gonna submit, but we not
right
up for it. But like, I'm just the seeing of the 50K. I'm like, oh, it's getting closer to me.
I just realized I'm on the wrong Wi-Fi on my laptop, so I'm gonna switch real quick so that it will stop breaking up, so I can keep up.
Okay. Freeze.
Are you back? I'm back.
Yes, we're back.
Okay, good. Fabulous. Okay. I was like, why is it breaking up? Child, 2 networks. That's how your house doing too much. Too much. Okay, continue.
So I was saying, I thought the 50K contract was going to come in the form of like, here's one project, it's 50K, cool. But I'm realizing that like it's in the work, in the steps that I'm doing, because I keep seeing the 50K somewhere. So even though like this last contract, it was 50K, but it was Canadian dollars, so that was only 35K. But that even just taught us more about, whenever we're looking at international contracts, make sure we do the conversion up front. But it kind of speaks to what happened with you in terms of once you started making the phone calls, or started doing the work for the girls' school, the thing that you actually wanted showed up. And so I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to that 50K contract.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm doing the work, I'm seeing it, I'm actually touching it. I'm touching the process of getting to the 50K. So I know it's gonna pop up sooner than later. Yeah, so I did do some peaceful parenting, mostly.
Listen.
I was working over the weekend, and when I'm working, I could see outside of my office, and I just let my daughter do what she do because she's an artist, so she's always. So we had a package that came in the mail, and I saw her open the box, and then go get scissors, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "I'm making a car." And I'm like, "Okay, girl, fine. Make your little car."
I love Avery.
So I also saw there was some styrofoam in it, and I saw her like shaving, like with the scissors, shaving the styrofoam.
Making a mess. I love it.
I don't love them. So when I walked out of my office after my meeting, I saw the calls, but I was like, you know what? She, was preoccupied. She did something while I worked. And that part I was okay. But then as I walked through the house and hit the corner, I heard water running. And I look in the kitchen. And when I get around there, my daughter is head in the sink shampooing her hair. Now,
Listen,
I don't know
this
what
is
kind.
somebody who running on their intuition, baby. Like she gonna do what it said. Okay.
Mind you, I've already given her the freedom to take out her own braids. Okay.
Oh
She had
man.
braids on Friday. She wanted to take them out. She got a hair appointment for tomorrow. Cool. Fine. You can take them out. But as a Black girl, we know that the process is after you take the braids out, you got to do a little detangling. You got to get
Oh God, no.
the out before you
No.
shampoo both.
Yes.
You need a little conditioner in there
I
because it can
can't just hop jump in the water.
she
That's a
done,
match. That's turned into a nest.
she done jumped into the water.
Oh dang.
And my initial thought was, what the fuck are you doing? My initial phrase. Okay. I don't know if it was just
Yes.
came
Yes.
out. But then I was just like, I am on a high from my call, from the work, from the unburdening myself. I can't be stressed. I also believe she probably used a whole bottle of shampoo because her hair was lathered real good. Her head to get that level of lather.
Oh man.
I probably don't have any shampoo left. And
Oh God.
guys, peaceful parenting. I walked away.
I am proud of you. I am proud of you for that. Okay. Yes. Yes. You gonna learn today, little girl. You gonna learn today.
And I went upstairs. I
Good
said,
job.
get all the shampoo out your head.
Yes.
And I came downstairs and she had. Now I don't know what kind of mess is under. Not only has she rinsed the shampoo out, she had also then styled it into two little afro. And I was just like, all
Okay,
right,
girl.
I'm gonna let the professionals handle this on Tuesday.
Yes.
You are happy with how you look.
Yes.
We don't have any school, so I'm gonna peaceful parent.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's a win. Okay.
This is another micro moment. I am excited. Okay. It is another micro moment. Yes. I love this. I love
Because
it.
prior to the unburdening, I think I was on the phone with you and I was like, I need for you to tell me how to peaceful parent right now.
Yes. Yes, you are. Yes.
That was the same week. That was
Yes. Yes.
so,
Mhm.
so
So
yes,
good.
I did have mind-blowing joy, connection, and gratitude that continues to be the thing. Working on the 2 speaking gigs, the 10 sold out seats, and the marketing ease. But it was a very successful week in spite of me putting too much on this to-do list.
Listen, you killed it. Okay. You
Indeed.
killed that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I've been writing out as you're talking, and I've decided that I'm going to stick to. Last week I did a key outcome. I did a kind of what I'm calling in and a to-do list, which I feel like I gotta do both.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because I do actually need to nail down the task that I'm wanting to get completed. But to me, the what I'm calling in is really the energy with which I'm doing it in.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm going to start with my outcomes. One of the outcomes I want to do is I want to meet with Stan, who is a key staple here in the community, and talk to him about, what problems I can help him solve.
Mm-hmm.
And use all of the skills that I have, right, from my career and from what I'm learning now and what I've been learning in entrepreneurship, project management, all of the things to do that. The other thing is I want to post in my stories and my feed every single day, right? I am building up it's not even about the consistency, it's getting to the point where creating content that is on brand, that is in my message, and that is selling every day becomes super easy. And so I need to do it more so that it just rolls and flows. Like I can move more frequently in my intuition the more I just practice it. And so that's why I want to do that. I also am going to be meeting with some women and moms in business. Those are my ideal clients, my ideal customers who I want to help be able to leverage their products and marketing them online to create passive income and a business that works while you're not working. So I want to get some ideas of problems I can help them solve and start talking more about that in my stories. I also am going to, and this is the thing that has me like fighting my intuition. I'm just like, it's really my ego is trying to jump in, and I'm like, nah, bitch, I said nah. I am going to reach out to, because initially I was like, okay, we're going to do 10. No, I am going to reach out to everyone and do everything that is on my list to raise money that I wrote down.
Okay.
Everything. Like, I have some pockets of places where I think we have some investment dollars we can use. And I have people that I need to have a phone call with. I have systems I want to set up to raise the money. Like, I'm doing everything on the list this week. I'm like, the holidays are coming. Like, I want it to be out there. And I was going to put something on here for my health, but I think I'm going to leave this as is. And then I'm going to focus on what I'm calling in, the energy that helped me just do the things with my health. So what I'm calling in is friends and family committed to helping me raise $30,000. That's what I'm calling. Okay. I'm also calling in living in through me energy daily. Okay. We moving in through me. Yes. I'm also calling in peace and prosperity in my finances. Okay. Yes and yes. Also, I am calling in a commitment to my freedom in my health and wellness, and that is where I will move into just eating the right things, doing the right things when it comes to that. And that also includes going to bed. Like, okay, that's go to bed, which I have been going to bed. It's so crazy. Y'all, go into bed. Like, this is the whole thing. I am
going to bed and waking up in the morning.
Girl. I was like, last week, I was up every single morning by 7 o'clock. I was at Eve's house by 8 a.m. Okay.
That's big for you.
Some days I was at her house at 7:30. That means up, showered, dressed, packed, out the door, packed up my lunch and everything. 7:30, I was at her house.
The fact that you were out the bed at 7:30, like, the ideas I knew, right? Who you used to be before you unburdened yourself, couldn't even get out the bed at 7:30, let alone.
Listen, eyes was not even cracked at 7:30, honey. And I was doing it every day. I came home after. I would be home by 10 o'clock. I'll be asleep by 11, baby. Right back. I'm like, this is a whole new. Last night, I stayed up last night. And I was just like, this ain't even me no more. I can't do this. Like
welcome to the club.
I gotta go to bed. Like,
I'm waiting for you. We're so happy you joined us. Okay.
Wow. Like, I was just like, this is a whole new me, honey. This is Inez 2.0 on a yacht.
On a yacht.
Yes. So I'm gonna continue to do that. I'm also calling in peaceful parenting, which I think is going to be much more easy now that my kids are gonna be at school. Honey, and I'll be working my behind off during the day. And so when they get home, I just want to create a environment of peace for them and for myself. And also maintaining depth in my marriage. Today, what is this? Hold up. Today is the 8th year anniversary of meeting my husband.
I love it. You met him on 11/11.
We met on 11/11 in 2016 after 11 p.m. at a lounge in Durban, South Africa. And we celebrate today. So like, but it's crazy because I'm like 8 years. I've never been in a relationship this long ever. Number one. And I was telling him yesterday because I was talking to a friend of mine who is at the beginning of her parenting journey with her partner. And she's just experiencing the difficulties that happen when you got a young baby and that baby has come to tear up the foundation of your relationship. Like, tear it up, okay? Make you rebuild it, okay?
Yep.
So, and I was just talking to my husband yesterday. I was like, babe, like, I am reflecting on what we have gotten through. Like, to get where we are today. Like the things we have had to change about ourselves, the compromises we have made, the commitments we've made, the way we show up, the problem solving that we have done in order to be able to still be together today, right? Still be liking each other today. Still be, what I put down here, maintaining depth in our marriage today. Like just, we are winning. Okay, we are winning. Like we are winning. So yes, I'll be celebrating that with him today. And I plan to maintain the depth in my marriage all week. So yeah, so those are the things that I'm calling in this week.
I love it. I love it. So listen, my list is going to look very similar to my last week's list. And I'm really happy about that, right? Because as an entrepreneur, there are so many things you can do. There's literally no limit to the amount of things that you could be doing. And getting clear and focusing and narrowing down on what you actually want to focus on is part of the hard part of being an entrepreneur, because things will pull you in so many different directions. And it feels good to know that the things that are on here are the things that I'm consistently working on, because I'm committed to, success in those arenas, or those are the things that's going to get me to the success that I desire. So I, first up, I have those admin filings that I want to complete, one for my personal business, and then one for my trucking company. For my social media client, I have some emails to send out, and I want to pull Inez and batch my posts for the end of the year. So that's just going to take a concerted effort to just stop, and because there's a lot of video editing that I need to do. So I'm going to put that's on the list this week. For my networking group, every week I try to connect with someone, but I am going to try to get to updating my profile and completing a training for them. Positive overthinking outline. I'm steadily thinking of the different things that I can do for that, but that's on there. I am adding connect and follow up with the people. Who are the people?
Who are the people?
Who are the people? The people are the people that I've met just through networking opportunities, networking events, lunches, because I'm always doing some kind of outside thing. So that's just a quick follow-up email, right? There's nothing that's too crazy, so that should be pretty easy to check off the list. And I'm keeping fitness and nutrition on there. I'm going to continue to not eat fast food, continue to cook. And I have to get back on working out consistently. I was doing 4 days a week consistently. I'm down to about 2 now, but I'm trying to crank that back up to 4. And then for my calling in, I'm still calling in $50,000 contract, peaceful parenting, mind-blowing joy, connection, and gratitude. 2 corporate speaking gigs, 10 sold out seats to my speakeasy coaching group, and marketing ease. Calling in all those things.
Yes. I'm writing down what's the outline and messages. Yes, because I want to ask you some follow-up questions about the 2 of the things that you're doing, because I want to see if we can figure out how you could do it in a way that is easier for you, and even the batching. That was the other thing, with the batching.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes. So I feel like, I already know your word is exceed. I already know. We sticking with exceed.
I am.
And he has been exceeding you, honey.
Baby. In every way possible. And I'm so grateful.
Baby. I'm trying to think. What did I put? Oh, last week my word was ordinary. I'm thinking if I want to do ordinary, or I almost want to do something that is more in alignment with, it's through. That's what it is, through.
True. Right.
Yes.
I was thinking it need to be something in line with intuition.
Yes.
Something you said before today earlier today, you were talking about trusting you.
Yes.
And so I feel like trust is another one that can,
Oh, yes. That's good. That's good. Trust is big.
you gotta
Yes,
trust.
we're changing that. We're changing it to trust
Right.
because really, like, it is the step of trusting is the hardest one. So I can hear, listen, I can definitely take action, but baby, in the middle is trust.
Yeah.
And from a place of like letting the ego go, because the ego wants to tell you that, yeah, you can trust this, but like all these bad things are going to happen. Like you're going to get rejected. It's not going to work out. You know, it's the wrong thing. It's not going to work. All of these things. And I'm like thinking about specifically in when it comes to like raising this money. But at the same time, I can lean into my history of trust. Like even just last week when I was like, where are my babies going to go? They have to go somewhere. And then like
Trust that they can end up. Yeah.
I was like, we can find somewhere. Like you remember we had a conversation about how we were just like, we don't want to go, we don't want to send them nowhere. It was like, okay, like there is a space that they can be in. I trust that there is some space that they can be in. Let's try to find that space. And the space ended up being the space we wanted to be in anyway, right? So just reflecting on past wins is going to help with that trust. So I'm definitely leaning into the trust. This week, y'all please add in the comments what you're supposed to be doing, what you got to do, what you don't want to do, all the things, your takeaway from the week, your takeaway from this video, whatever you feel like sharing, just share it in the comments, okay?
Talk to me.
Talk to us, okay? And then join us back here next Monday. We're going to see y'all then.
Before we get off, I just want to take a moment to say I am so grateful to be on this journey with my best friend. Like this is, I mean, for all the struggles that come. Hey,
you better.
For all the struggles that come with entrepreneurship, to be able to do it side by side with someone whom you've literally became who you are with.
Yes.
Someone you've known for 30 years and kind of to the point that you made earlier at the top of the call, you know, there was a period in our life where we were doing different things, clearly very still connected, but just experiencing different things. To be able to circle back and be like, oh no, girl, this is like elementary school all over again. We're going to together. It's a blessing to be able to have a friendship that lasts that long and to be able to deepen even our connection. Even in, you know, kind of the long-standing friendship. So I'm grateful for you and that we are both in this space. And you know, we're gonna get on that yacht life together. Okay.
Listen, together, because by you and I mean we. Yes.
Because we're
us. Yes. I am too. So y'all join us here for this journey again next week, please, honey, because we're going all the way.
That's right.
To the yacht.
To the yacht.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.